Hi everybody, my name is Shannon. Welcome to my channel, Another Yarn. Thank you so much for joining me today. I greatly appreciate it. Today is almost going to feel like Tackle It. It's Tackle It Tuesday, the sock edition. Evidently, I have had over the years a little bit of an issue of finishing the second sock, or not always finishing the second sock. Now, I've made quite a few pair of socks over the years, but for whatever reason, certain socks have just been shoved into a corner, into a box, into a bag, a bin, etc., and just left to languish. Now, those that have been watching my channel for a while have seen this pair. This one right here, I am very proud of doing this one. This pattern is the Pomontimus pattern by Cookie A. It is a free pattern. You can pay for a copy of the pattern on Ravelry, or you can link to the one on nitty.com, and that is free. The Ravelry one, I think, has more formatting and then expanded upon sizes. And I started this pair of socks 19 years ago and finished it this year with my Tackle It series of going through some of those boxes, bags, and bins. So when I comment on that of, don't feel bad if you worked on something, maybe didn't finish it, and you come back to it later. Unless you've ripped it out, there's a chance you can finish it. And that's what I did with this pair. And that is just wonderful to just get that done off the needles. It actually wasn't even on needles. It was not on needles. I had one of them done, and then second sock was the needles were pulled out. I used them for something else. I didn't think I would ever go back to it. I just didn't rip the yarn out. It was one of those that, oh, I'll just rip it out when I want to use that yarn again. And it never happened. Another pair that I got to finish this year is this one. This is it was a 50-gram ball of sock yarn, and I used a little bit of an opal yarn right here, like a cornflower color for the toes. I weighed both of these together. They do weigh 50 grams, but when you get a ball of sock yarn that says 50 grams, it's 50-ish. When it says 100, it's 100-ish. Some of them are spot on. Some of them are 102. Some of them are 98. And if this was exactly 50, I would have had enough to do the toes. That's fine. I'm not upset at all. But this was another one where I had one sock down to the toe area, and I think I put this in the bin because at that point I didn't have all the scales and everything that I do now to weigh the yarn. And I did that, and I didn't have all the excess needles to just put one. I could have put it on a holder, didn't think about it, and work on that other one and then get to the toe level and use a different yarn. But these were started years ago, not as long as a 19, but these were a lot of years, 5+ I would guess. Most of the stuff that I pull out for my Tackle It series are at this point 3.5+ years old. A good majority of them are minimum 5 years. And like I said, that other pair of socks was 19. And that's not to say I don't pull projects out. There are some that I absolutely pull out. Others, I just use them as like a sock blank, and I'll rip it out when I want the yarn for something else. So I do have in my yarn room in here, I have partial projects in with the yarn going, yep, there you go. That's skinny yarn. It's good. It's good. It's fine. I'll reuse it. So it surprised me when I saw how many socks that we've been pulling out of the bins and deciding to finish. That to me is absolutely crazy. And another pair, we've got, I showed this one yesterday. This is my son's pair, and this is the Regia sock yarn. And it said on my label, this one was made in Italy. Regia or Regia? Regia, I'm not sure, but love this yarn. It's a good, hard-working sock yarn, and I am making his second sock. So I went past finishing the toe, and oh my gosh, I got a lot done this week. I have already passed the heel. I am on the gusset and doing my decreases. So that is pretty wonderful. And I was able to look at this. I got the match. I got a match. So they are a matched pair. It will be a completely matched pair with the stripes going down. So totally thrilled with that. Another pair that I have going on, to my husband's delight, neither one of us remember me starting this, and I would guess that these are at least 10 years old. It's some toe socks right here, and here's the second sock, and I am working on it. I am actually getting this, and I did some things differently than what I do in my vanilla pattern now, so I've got to really try to stretch that out and think about it. When we found this in the bin, I just had to right here. I was right there. That was it. And I've done the rest of that. I've done the heel and I've done the gusset, and now I'm about ready to do the straightaway. And I'll have to really, and this is a hard one to look at because it's a dark, dark navy. I'll have to really look at that too to try to figure out how I did those toes. Right? I didn't have a pattern. How did I do those toes? What was I doing on that so then I can match them? Oh my. And he loves it. He thinks it's fantastic. He's like, woohoo, I get more toe socks. I'm like, and I tried it on him. These are his. So yeah, I'm like, what? Why? Why? I don't get it. And I know we haven't pulled this bin out in a while. And this one has some that I'm like, no, these are going to get ripped out. Oh, well, that's where that shawl went. Huh. I was wondering where this went. It needs to be blocked. Let's see. I think I've got some socks in here. Yeah, this one. This one's going to be a pull-out. This right here, I've got, here's the second sock. And this was one of a different construction. This is New Pathways to Sock, Catboardy, I think, something along that line. And it's beautiful. There's the first sock. And this is a toe up. And I've told people, I have done toe up before. I don't like my bind off. I don't like how that looks. I prefer the way that the cast on for my top down looks. Nice and stretchy. I prefer that look to this one. And this is one, and it stretches and it's fine, but this is one I know I'm not going to finish. So this is, I haven't pulled it out yet. I'm not finishing it. This is, yarn is ready to be used for anything else. So that's one of them that we're like, no, we're not playing with. But I have done quite a few of them where I'm like, yep, we're going there. Is there another one in here? I thought there was another one in here. Nope, I don't see it. But I have found way too many socks in these bins. I did not realize, I really did not realize that there were so many that were unfinished and just needed a tad bit more love. I'll put this back. Yep, go through that bin some more. And I would like to, might be a little afraid, I have shown this bag multiple times. This bag scares me. I've not looked. I'm not peeking. Oh no. This, shh, there's yarn in there. I have not peeked in this. And this is just one of the many project bags that I have hanging. I have a coat rack right over here off camera. And I have lots of bags hanging off of that have various projects. Right now, the majority of them are sweaters that have been put in hibernation at the moment because I'm working on so many of the blankets. And I go through phases. What was it? Somebody asked me in the comments, what was it with you and the teddy bears? I made 6 teddy bears, 6 of these little guys in a row. And I don't know. I don't remember. That was going to be another teddy bear. But I don't remember what got me into making all of these little bears. But I did. I'm like, I got, something happened and I don't know what it was, but I had to, and I had to do the need. The need was there. The need was, I had to make the teddy bears, have to make the bears. And no clue. So I do that. I rotate around and I get fixated on something for a little while. And I finished quite a few sweaters this year working on the Magnificent 7. I do have another round of them, but they're in hibernation. And I've got a bunch of blankets. I'm working on 2 crochet alongs right now. Well, Alice in Wonderland is 1 crochet along, but I'm doing it twice. And then I have the Universe in Bloom that starts in October, and I just realized that's next month. As in, like, it starts just over 30 days from now. Okay, because I think it starts 8th of October. But I mean, that's just over 30 days. That's not that many days. I have 2 blankets that I would like to get done beforehand. I don't think the sweaters are going to get much love. I'm surprised the socks are, for that matter. Although the blankets are not car projects. That's a lot of yarn to take with us. That's, you know, with all the colors and everything in the pieces. So that's probably why. But yeah, it's crazy. I'm having fun though. I am having a blast bouncing from project to project, from not just projects. It's not always socks. It's not always teddy bears. It's not always blankets. It's not always sweaters. I bounce, nibbles here, nibbles there. I do, surprisingly, get into the little amigurumi kick, which is crazy, because I either gut through those or I don't. They just, whoo, they just end up in pieces and parts. I get all excited, I want to make it, and yeah, then it gets set aside for a while. I mean, Layla's just ahead. She's pretty, she's 10 years old. But I did make 6 teddy bears back to back. Yeah, I know, it's pretty cool. So this bag scares me. Procrastination over. We're going to pull something out of said bag. We're going to pull something out of that. Let's see. Let me see. I got long needles, sharp needles. Lots of sharp needles. What is this? Oh, that's pretty. Lots of sharp needles. Look at that. I'm going to pull the camera down a little bit and everything so you can see that color. This is Knit Pick Stroll Sparkle. I'm pretty sure. And look. Oh, that is beautiful. This is a fingerless mitt. Really, really tiny. You're like, no, it's not. Yeah. Holy, that does not look like it stretches to be a human size. I've made 3 of these before. A red one, a white one, and blue. I know, patriotic. I did with the darker colors, and they were all sparkle. Let me see, does this fit? Okay, we got 4 needles on here, but I don't know. Ooh, this is tiny. This is small. Of course, it's still on the needles. Let's see. Okay, like this. There we go. There. So this is the Huckleberry pattern, I believe. I'll have to find that. Sarah Wilson. Sarah Wilson's the designer. Sarah Wilson, the sexy knitter. She's the designer. Pretty sure. And how do I remember these things? I don't know. I just do. That is gorgeous. That is so pretty. Do I want to finish it? That I don't know. I don't know if I want to finish. I've made 3 in the past, like I said, and they are beautiful. And we know I love the cables and the bobbles and everything else, and that's absolutely beautiful. And they're reversed on each side. If I can pull up a picture, I might have a picture of one of my friends modeling it. One of these before, because I'd made them and given them to her for Christmas years and years ago. I don't even know how many years ago. If I can find a picture, I'll insert it, but no guarantees on that. Yeah, I think I'm just going to reclaim that yarn. That's pretty. It's beautiful. It's sparkle. It's a light blue sparkle. That is so... I don't have huge hands. I don't have big or little. I don't know, but that is very small. You know what? I'm just going to make a decision. We're deciding right now. What size needles are those? Probably ones. Ones seem to be my favorite. These are some big ones. Okay, we got some pretty... Look at the stitch markers. Look at those. They got some sparkle to them. Yeah, sparkle. Okay, there's a stitch marker. Oh, here's another pretty little stitch marker. Those jump rings have seen better days. Look at that. Look at those. Aren't those pretty? Okay, there we go. Ha ha. Ha ha. I can make a decision. There you go. And sometimes we just have to do that. Okay, now that it's off the needles, does it fit any better? Was it the needles? No, that is tiny. I mean, it is supposed to be tight fitting and everything. I've given away so many. I'm ripping it out. I've given away so many of the fingerless gloves. I had somebody comment. I'm like, what is it? That's, you know, kind of like along the lines of fingerless mitts are stupid. Of course, it was on one of the shorts, and in, you know, shorts, everyone watches, right? We don't know. People who like crafts, don't like crafts, have nothing to do with that. And I just thought it was kind of funny because some people love them. They absolutely love them. I had gifted them to some of my friends for years, and that was their most requested gift. And other people are like, no big deal. My husband, he's normally very, very warm-blooded, likes them. My oldest son likes the ones that I've made for him. But, yeah, everyone's different. I just thought it was just kind of funny. It's like, that's stupid. Well, you know, maybe if the fingertips are the worst part of yours and everything, and then that's fine. But a lot of people will do that with the fingerless gloves if they get too cold, is just tuck their fingers on underneath. No big deal. But I was just reminded that we all like different things, and that's amazing. And I like that too. I really do. I just think the delivery was a little weird. I laughed. I'm like, okay, that's cool. I'll still make them because I have people that request them. So there we have it. But this one, nope. Look at that. Look, oh, we made a decision. Oh, I started talking and now I got stuck on a bobble. Oh, no, bobble. Bobble be gone. Sounds like a stain remover. I don't know. We're a little stuck at the moment. It's not the yarn that was me. That was me getting a little too big for my britches there, talking. Got it. I'm just ripping it out. This is pretty though. This is one of the Nitpicks. I know it's Nitpicks. I do know that. And I think it's the Stroll, one of the colors. I don't know if they have this one anymore. I mean, they're a yarn company. They change out yarns. They change out colors. They change out their offerings. But it's a beautiful light baby blue with that pretty little sparkle. And like I said, at the time, I had red and I also had white and I had the dark blue, and I made 3 pair of the same mitt because I liked it. Because again, I like to make doubles and triples and things. I'm weird that way. And the light blue one must have been the 4th in the series. The last one in the series, whether it's number 2 or number 4 or 6, like with the bears or whatever, that's the one that doesn't get love. But we just don't know when we start which one's going to be the last in the series. So there we have it. I made a decision. So I'm going to go put this with my other sock yarn. And, oh, this is pretty. So with the color work, okay, let me turn this down a little bit. I should have done that. Oh, that's the wrong way. I should have done that with before I pulled it out so you could see all the detail of it a little bit better. But yeah, that's some sparkle. That's really pretty. So made a decision. Let's see. This is one that we decided needs to be pulled out, and I can take those needles back. This was going to be a doll, an amigurumi of some sort. And yeah, I'm not feeling it. I'm just not feeling it. And we have a little boy coming, so maybe not for the little boy. And I've already made lots of things for Felicity. She's our youngest little girl. Let's see. I'm not feeling it, but I haven't ripped it out yet. It might get stuffed. I don't know. It might get stuffed. I could stuff this. This could be something. Because I think pretty much it's just close up the top right there, stuff the head, put little seams down here to create arms, stitch up the bottom right here, and stuff it, and then make some tubes for the legs. And embroider some eyes on it and get some other colored yarn and attach yarn for the hair, right? I think this one could be done. I'm not feeling it at the moment, but I haven't really felt that, like I have to rip it out right yet either. Let's see. I need to find the pattern for this one again. This one was identified, and I don't know. Do I have my iPad up here? No, I don't. I don't know if I saved it. I looked at it. I'm like, ooh, I think that is it. But I think I can't remember. One of you guys identified what you think this is, and I think you're right. I think you're right. I just have to figure out what that one is again. And this one I think I'll finish. Love my orange. This is an alpaca blend. I do know that. It's an alpaca blend yarn. Oh, look. What size needles would those be? Ones. Why? Because I love my ones. I'm pretty sure those are ones. I mean, yeah. I have an abundance, a plethora of ones. It is crazy. All right, do I press my luck and dig farther? What is this? Oh, look at this. This is another of the Knit yarns. This is Felici, I think is what it's called. And this is ooh, that cast on is tight. What was I thinking? Oh no, that's not good. We can make it happen. Okay. But look at that. Speak of fingerless mitts, huh? Check that out. That is such a fun, cool pattern. I'm pretty sure I can find that one again, maybe. I don't know. Ooh, look, it's seamed right there. I seamed it there. I think I did pretty good. That's pretty nifty. The cast on's a little tighter than what I would like. Can't really fix that. But it's cute. Do I have a second one? Probably not. That's why it's in the bag. Do I have a partial of a second one? Maybe. Okay. Oh, stab, needles. Oh. Look, I do have a partial. Here's my yarn. Okay, I pulled it off the... Looks like these are on 2s. Okay, there's a needle, there's a needle. Oh. Oops. One moment, please, while I pick up stitches. You know, I could want to finish this. I don't know if I do or not, but I could. I have to find the pattern. Pretty sure I could find this pattern. I don't remember the name of it, but I'm pretty sure I could find it. Okay, got those stitches. Ta-da! I haven't picked up. Okay. So here's the second one. Didn't worry about making them total matches. See? There. What do you think? Should I finish? I mean, it's fun. It's cute. You know, I don't actually wear fingerless mitts. I give them away. These are things that I've given away to my friends. And I think I did this because the rainbow fun, oh my gosh. And these, like I said, these things, 5+ years at least. But how cute is that with all the pretty colors? And this one's starting with the orange. It looks a little obscene, I'm not gonna lie, but with it starting with the orange, that's pretty. And this looks like 2s, maybe 3s, but there's not 1s. Okay. My Susan Bates needles. Love the Susan Bates Quicksilver. Those are nice ones too. You don't find them very often, but they're nice needles. All right, I'm done. What is that? I'm not looking. Nope. We did enough. We have done enough damage. I have pulled out enough things that need to. Oh, you know what? We're just going to be successful. Success is this has been reclaimed. That is success. And I mean, it's for something that's completely done. The other successful things, like I said, is looking at some of the things that have been finished through the series that just didn't need a lot of work. I finished a top for myself before. I finished all of these socks. I have finished a sweater for one of my granddaughters. There's a lot of things that I have found through this process and going, oh, I could finish this. This is cool. I do have another sweater that was supposed to be from one of my other granddaughters, and the sleeves were way too small. So that one, I just have to reclaim the yarn on that. Who knew? I mean, I started a long time ago, right? The kids grew. But this has been a fun series for me going through, and some things don't make the cut. There's nothing wrong with it. Had I had the first one done and maybe it's not so small, I might have gone and said, I'm going to make the second one. But being that I just had that much of it done, that's okay. I'm just going to say done with it and rip it out and be happy. This one, the orange one, I need to favorite that pattern. I might have, and I'll have to find that and everything and link to it. I know we had people ask about it before. I don't know the pattern offhand, but like I said, I think it has been identified, and I just have to favorite that. Yeah, because it's harder for me to look at because to me, my stuff is spiraled, but the pattern shows it with it straight up and down, if that helps any, you know, blocked and with the pretty ruffle right there. And you've got buttons right here, whether it's a real button or a fake button. I'm pretty sure that I'm going to sew something on and just have it more of a faux button, you know, not something that you're going to take on and off, but just kind of a cute thing with that. And then it's a matter of who's going to get the orange ones. But I mean, come on, it is pretty frilly cuff, right? It is a frilly cuff. That is cute. That is absolutely adorable. I do know one friend that won't get it. It's my friend Coral, because she's allergic to alpaca, and this has got alpaca in it. So I know that's a no-go. But other than that, it's kind of up for grabs. It's just the things that I make. I enjoy so many different things. Oh, and then if you got smaller ankles, right? You know, little girls and everything, this doesn't have to be for the wrist. This can be, I bet that'd work for I bet that would work for my daughter. Not that she would want the orange, because she's just not the colorful girl like I am. She's a beige girl, right? She's the neutral girly. I don't think she'd like the orange. But what I'm getting at is you could do that also. Or my granddaughter, maybe not with the alpaca, but because I don't know what else is in it. I'm not sure washability as far as that, you know, more like a hand wash as opposed to just throw it in the washing machine with everything else. Think it would felt. Not sure what the other mix is. I don't think it's 100% alpaca. I got this on one of the cones, and I had them wind off so much and paid for by ounce. And I don't know how much I thought I needed, but I thought I needed that much. I just thought it was pretty. Okay, let's face it. I thought it was pretty, and I'm like, I'll figure something out. Yeah, that's exactly what happened. So we've got those. I'm not going to go digging anymore, because that's enough. I have enough. Because I'm finding I want to finish a lot, which even that silly little doll thing, right? I mean, we discussed it. I'm like, I'm pulling it out. I'm like, but I don't want to pull it out. I want to add arms to it. Like, why? I don't know. I'm just feeling I need to add arms to the doll, and I need to put legs on it and then stuff it. And then I don't know why, no clue, but that's where I'm at the moment. I don't need the doll. Nobody asked for the doll. Nobody knows I'm making the doll. It's okay. It can go away. Pull the doll out. I pulled out this thing. Why am I holding on to the doll? Why am I holding on to the doll? I don't know. I know. No clue. We do weird things. No rhyme or reason. We do really weird things, and that is one. Oh, speaking of really weird things, do you know anything that you can do, like with the one sock, like a finger puppet or something like that, because I do have the other sock in there, and I'm not going to make the second sock. I've already decided that. I'm not going to play with that. That's a definite. I'm not going to do that one. So I have a single sock. So anyone needs a single sock, it's not going to get a pair. Or what craft can we do with that single sock? You know, as opposed to just rip it out. Right? Is there something we can do? I know there's different doll patterns and there's things like that that people have done with like tube socks and what have you. Is there something that we can do with that? Can we turn it into something? That's homework. Got to find out, right? I'm not the only one who's ended up with one sock. We've got to find out something that we can do with that I think will be kind of cute. I'm willing to. I don't care if it gets cut. It doesn't matter. I mean, it's going to be, you know, cut and sewn and everything else and turn it into something. I'm good with that too. My sewing skills aren't the best, but I could try, right? I could try. But yeah, we got to do something with that sock. If you guys can think of anything, help me out. Anyway, with that, I'm going to go ahead and let you guys go. You guys have a great day, night, evening, whatever it happens to be. And I will talk to you again later. Bye-bye.